Hey, so this is an assignment I call it Hidden in Plain Sight. But it's one that you can do from home. So it's been a nice one for social distancing and if you aren't able to have class in school. So this one, when I did it, I gave my students a choice between this one and another one, which I will also include here on the channel. And I'll put a link at the end for that video. This one's called Hidden in Plain Sight, and you can do it if you have acrylic paint and a canvas, or you can do it if you don't have any traditional art supplies. You can do a version with supplies that you have around your house. So it's very adjustable to what is available to you. This one, a lot of my students who enjoyed painting chose this one, but it's also one where if you like hands-on or sculptural aspects of art, you could do that as well. So it's called Hidden in Plain Sight, and all of the images that I've included have links to their original source. So for my explanation for my class, I said that you can choose your assignment based on the materials that you have, or which one will help you develop a skill that you want to develop further, or just one that you think will be fun. So I was going to let them choose which one they want. So first, look at this picture. Like, why have I included a picture of a lady looking at some canned goods? So take a look at that picture. Look at it again a little closer, and you're going to notice up in the left-hand side up here, there is a painting hiding in the photograph. Do you see it? So there's a painting here, and you can see that they've painted it to look like it's part of the stairwell and part of the rock wall. Here's another example. Do you see it? Yeah, it's towards the bottom of the stairs, right here. So again, they took a canvas and they matched the color as closely as they could, and the shadows and the different textures, and hid it in there and took a photograph. One of the keys is to take the picture from the same angle so that it really does hide in there really well. Here's two more examples. You'll notice the one above is the same one from the first slide that I showed you. And then the one over here on the right is where they try to match the table and the angles of the table and of the plant, part of the leaves and part of the lamp. So part of the success here is to have more than one texture or more than one area that you're camouflaging into. So don't just choose the wall or the floor. Choose part of the wall and part of the floor, or part of a lamp and part of leaves. This one, to me, was hard to find. Do you see it? It's right here, if you can see with my cursor. So they have the bed sheets, the shadows, this little fabric here, part of the chair, part of the dresser. So they look like they had a lot of fun with that one. Now, if you don't have paint, or maybe you have paint but you don't have canvases, you could do it on a piece of wood or a piece of cardboard or the back of a baking sheet if you had permission from your parents. So it can be on anything, but also if you don't have paint, you could find a way to attach fabric or different materials to try to mimic it. I've had students who also did just a copy paper and markers and did a fantastic job. So there's another aspect of this that can be even more multimedia, which is human chameleon projects. And so I thought I'd add this in here. So some people use paint, some use objects or materials that they found, or some of both. But remember, you want at least 2 different textures involved. And also remember, it's not hiding. So for instance, if you wanted to be camouflaged in leaves, you wouldn't just hide underneath the leaves. You would actually attach the leaves or the paint or whatever to your body or to your clothes. And you wouldn't just do the pile of leaves. Maybe you do the leaves and the grass or the leaves and a tree. So at least 2 different textures. Here is 2 examples with people hiding in them. So above me, this person took some actual colorful rocks and then also painted part of their body to look like it was covered in rocks. And then the one next to it, again, is leaves, but you see they're not hiding underneath the leaves. They're on top of the leaves, and then they've added some leaves to their clothes and then also painted some on. And same thing with the bricks. You can see they painted on their clothes for this one. Here, let me make myself smaller. If you can see here, these wood, pile of wood, it looks like probably mostly paint on that one, but a key aspect of that was matching up all of the shadows in between. So making that negative space really obvious. And then the one next to it, over here, it looks like they really did use maybe some mud or something on her clothes and then blue paint on the top half of her head. And so that would be something you could think about using some paint, or what could you use that would be blue that would work? Maybe you have some Halloween makeup or something left over and you could put that on. Or if you don't have that and you wanted to do grass instead of sky, you could literally like arrange some grass on your head and then also be laying partly in the dirt. So you may need to have somebody take this picture for you. So the one to the side, I believe, is done with paint, but you could do something similar with natural materials. This is a show I haven't seen, so I can't recommend it or not, but some of the images were cool where they took humans and then hid them in different scenarios. And I thought that was really cool. This is the last one. And it is, as you can see, it's a lady. I wonder if I can slide myself over. Well, I can look at that. A lady. Ooh, where'd you go? So she's partly painted to look like she's got the leaves on her, and then also partly the wall, and then the rocks below, and then she let her red shoes show, which was an artistic choice. So for you guys, for the assignment that I assigned anyway, so your resulting artwork is a photograph. So it's like an installation sculpture, maybe partially kind of like a performance piece. It's important that you take your photograph so that it lines up with everything that you're trying to camouflage in. So even if it's perfect, but you're off to an angle, you'll be able to see the painting or the body or whatever a little bit more than if you get it lined up perfectly. So check that. Remember, you need to have at least 2 textures, a minimum of 4 photographs. One is going to be the whole thing, the whole scene with your whole body or your whole painting in it. And then the second one and the third one are going to be close-ups of the 2 different textures that you chose. So one showing like if you had leaves in a tree, one showing detail of the leaf part and one of the tree part. And then the fourth one will be some beautiful creative photograph. I like to a detail photograph. Maybe you're close up to one thing and that's sharply in focus, but then everything else is out of focus in the background. But any photograph that's beautiful and is close up detail of something that we wouldn't see from the whole big picture, do that. And then you will submit those. For my class, we submitted them into Google Classroom. You could put them into a slideshow, which may be the easiest way to submit it. And then for me, you're going to write 4 sentences reflecting on your experience. So what did you enjoy? What was challenging? What was your favorite part about it? So write 4 things that you like about it. And then you'll submit that. So this is the first choice that my students had, but you are welcome to use this project for your students or for yourself. I think it would be fun to do on a professional level as well as on a student level. So hopefully you liked it, and I will add the other assignment, which I think I've seen this somewhere before, and I'll include that one after this. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. Leave comments in the section down below. Like it if it's helpful. Subscribe if you want more ideas for more projects. Okay, thanks. Bye.